welcome to the video. Today I'm going to be showing you how to blend your character for a GFX or thumbnail, and this is what we're going to make today. And it's very easy, it's easier than it looks actually. So please subscribe to join the Lily Bear Squad, and please leave a like on the video after you've watched it if you enjoyed it. And let's get started. So here I am on my homepage, nothing special, you do not need to do anything here. But what you're going to want to do is go to your avatar, and there are some important steps that you cannot skip when you are blending. And before you get your model, you have to go to Avatar Customizer, and here's my avatar, and you want to scroll down. You cannot have R15 as your avatar type. You have to have R6 or it's going to work differently when you make your model. So you just want R6 on, and you cannot have any packages. You have to have 0 packages on your avatar. So you just want the blocky body that you come with, and yeah, nothing special. And I just dressed my avatar in an outfit that I liked and I wanted to use for my thumbnail and when I blend my character. So here we are, you can choose your outfit, you can do whatever you want. So next step, we're going to open Roblox Studio, which it will take a second to load, but that's okay. And what you're going to want to do is close this and go to base plate, just a normal base plate, you don't want anything special. And you're going to go just in the normal base plate, don't add anything onto it, and then click play. And right here we have our little explorer on the side. I'm going to show you later in the video how to open your explorer if you don't know how. But here's my character, and all you got to do is click workspace, click the down arrow, and right click on player 1, and that will open this. And then you want to click ungroup. Just go down, click ungroup, and then right click anywhere on the side and then click group. This will make it into a model. So now you have your model. You're going to right click on your model right on the side and then click copy. So you're going to copy your model, and now all you got to do is click stop and then command V, and that will paste your model into your base plate. So they have these little green things, they're not going to show up when you're blending it, so I just like to delete the face one so I can see your face, because I'm going to change her face today. So you just got to delete the face, and then you can get a subscribe set, which I did get. You don't need to do that, you can just look up an image, but what I like to do is do the subscribe set. You can look at that, that's his username, where you can get the subscribe set. And so I'm just going to get the eyes and pull them over here, put them on her face, not on the base plate, and find a mouth, because I'm going to be wanting a speech bubble when I put my thumbnail. So sometimes it doesn't work, you just got to re-drag it over there. And then put it on the side of her head, that will make it go in her mouth, and then you can just change his face. It's really fun actually, you can do whatever facial expressions you want. And then you got your model, you can right click on your model on the side. Oh, here's how to do the explorer. You just go to view and then click explorer, it will open this little sidebar thing. So now you just want to scroll all the way down and click export selection above help when you right click on model, and then you can save it as whatever you want. And then I accidentally saved it to the wrong file, but I wanted my Roblox file because that's where I keep all my models. So I'm just going to call it model and go down to my Roblox file and save it there. So after you save, you can just close out. You don't need to save anything. You're not going to need that, and it's really easy to redo if you mess anything up. So now you're just going to open Blender. You can download Blender easily, just look up Blender and it's free. So here it is, I downloaded it, and you can just close out of this little window. We don't need this open, but yeah, it's really easy to download. So just click the X to delete this box and click delete. And then here we have our empty area. So you gotta go over to file on the top and then go to import and then wavefront OBJ. And then I'm gonna go documents, Roblox, and open my model. It will be here, you can find it anywhere. It's probably alphabetized, I think it is. But It takes a second to find it for me because I have lots open, but here it is, and it's just going to be white, and that's okay. So click Shift F to move around. It's kind of like Roblox when you click Shift, if you have that as an option. I accidentally did that. Don't do that, but it's really easy to fix. So now you're going to go to this little circle on the bottom and do Material. Click Material, and this will give your character color, and you can actually see what your character's wearing and their face and all that stuff. So here's where you really have to pay attention. You got to go over to the world on the side of the screen, and you have to click Ambient, Occlusion, and then the one under that, and the one under that. And you want all those open so you can actually see your character. So now go to the back to the camera, and then go down to shading down here, click it, and then click where it says sky and do transparent. If you really have to do this, or you can't do your thumbnail. Again, check mark all these, make sure you did that, and then make sure it's transparent. You need transparent or it will mess it up, and that's bad. I've done that before, and it wrecks all your work. So now to actually blend our character, what we're gonna wanna do is we're gonna right click, shift on all of her hats and her head, so we can tilt her head a little bit. I like to tilt the head. It gives it a little, I don't know, it just makes it look a little bit better. And then on the bottom you can see these different options, as you can see when I'm clicking. And there's just a couple. There's tilt, there's move them back and forth, and there's one that can make them bigger and smaller, but I don't really use that one very often. And as you can see, I'm just moving it around and I want it to look normal, so just do it until you think it looks okay and for your likings. And then we're going to right click on her arm and move it over. It's easier to blend them when you move them away from the body so you can get the inside of the arm. So you're going to go down to object mode on the bottom and click edit mode. This is so you can edit your arm. Here's where it gets complicated and you have to watch very closely. You want to scroll down in the sidebar and remove doubles. Make sure you do this or it's going to be harder to blend your arm. And then go up and click subdivide. This is going to make it divide the arm a little bit. Right here, subdivide. And click that. And then as you can see, it divided the arms into separate little parts. And then I'm just going to shift F and move forwards a little bit. And then you have to right click on the corner of her arm. And then click Control and circle with your mouse and it's going to highlight. So just hold down Control, click your mouse, and circle it around the part that you want. I had a little bit of trouble here. That's okay. That happens sometimes and it's really easy to fix. But yeah, I kept doing that. So here we go. And you're just going to do that and circle it around until it actually highlights it, because if it doesn't highlight it, it's going to mess up the arm and it's really hard to fix after you do mess it up. So just do that on all the sides. You have to make sure it's only the bottom part of the arm or it's going to do weird stuff and it's going to do the whole arm, but we only want the bottom of the arm because we want to bend it a little bit. So this is actually not that hard once you get used to it. And if you're lost, you can just go backwards a little bit and just watch it again, because that's what I had to do when I learned how to do this. And you want to make sure you do the bottom part or it's going to look really weird. So now we're just going to shift F and move out. And then now here comes the fun part. You can bend it whichever way you want. As you can see, I don't have the top part of the arm selected. And now you're going to want to go to this, and then you're just going to want to bend it a little bit. Not too much or it's going to make the arm look a little weird. And then you can move it over a little bit, which makes it a little bit more normal. And then you just want to do it as much as you want. You can bend it a lot, but I didn't bend it very much. I just bent it a little bit. But this is how I like it, and this is perfect. So now you're just going to do the little control circle thing and circle the whole arm and go around and make sure you have the whole arm selected or it's going to mess it up. Like, that's happened to me so many times, I don't even know. And so you just want to circle the whole arm and just double check, make sure you did that, or you're going to have to start over. So now you're just going to drag the arm over to her body, and as you can see, it's back and attached to her body, and it is bended. So once you're done with that, you can just go back to object mode on the bottom of your screen, and then there you go, you got a bended arm. And if you're lost, just go backwards and you can watch it again and as many times as you need to. So now we're going to do the leg. So you can right click on the leg, and I like to do this because it looks more natural when you do something with the leg. So you just tilt it a little bit. That's all you got to do. You don't have to bend it. I don't usually bend legs. You can if you're making them sit down on a bench or something. I've seen that happen before. But all I'm going to do is just tilt it a little bit and move it out so it's perfect on her body. So now we're going to do her other arm because it looks a little bit more natural when you bend both the arms a little bit. Also, you don't even have to bend them at all. On lots of my thumbnails, I haven't actually bended them. First of all, it's complicated, and second of all, it just looks kind of cool when you don't even bend it. So remove doubles, subdivide. Here you go, really easy. And right click on the corner of her arm. And then we're just gonna circle the bottom of her arm again with the control. And we're just gonna do this a lot all around her arm. Sometimes it doesn't select some parts, and it takes a little while to actually select them. As you can see, it didn't select the whole arm, but if you do it again, it usually works. So you're just gonna do it everywhere, and make sure you do it on the inside, and then don't forget the bottom. And then here we go. And remember, Shift F to move around. Gotta remember that. I've made the mistake of not doing that, and that has messed up everything. So now we have that done. And don't worry if you mess up. It's actually like hard to get used to, but once you get it, it's gonna be really fun. And I really enjoy making my characters blended for, well, my character blended for my thumbnails. So now I'm just bending it a little bit. I want this arm to go in instead of out. Here we go. We're just going to circle the whole arm and go around. Make sure we have it all selected. And we're just going to do this. And as you can see, it's all selected. And here's where it got messed up a little bit because one of the parts was not getting selected. That's what happens when you don't select one of your parts. And so I retried to select this part, but sometimes the parts will not select. As you can see, it's just not selecting. That happens to me a lot. So I just kept trying. You just gotta keep trying. And I circled it, but it was not working. So if this ever happens to you, all you gotta do, just keep trying it. And if it doesn't work, all you gotta do is just go back down to object mode and go out of edit mode and back to object mode. And then you can move it around easily and that won't look messed up, especially because it's from behind. So when you make the thumbnail, your character is just going to be forwards anyways. I know I'm talking about it before it actually happens. That's because I filmed this earlier and I'm doing the voiceover later. But so that was not working for me. So I just went down to edit mode, clicked object mode, and now I can move it easily without it doing that weird thing. And you can't even tell that happened, so sometimes it's an easy fix. But we don't want it to look like her hand's inside her leg, so what we want to do is tilt her arm a little bit so it's more tilted out, and you can, I just moved it out a little bit, tilted it, and just a smidge, and then move it back into her body, and there you go. Now you can tell that her arm's bended and it's not inside her leg. And this is what it should look like. This is the, well, it doesn't have to look exactly like this. You can do whatever you want. There's so many things you can do when you blend your character. But here's where you have to pay attention or it will not work. So you're going to go down to this little view thing right down here. And then you're going to go all the way up to camera and click active camera. And this is going to put you in a little square. Click Shift F and you can move around, and you want to center your character. You don't actually have to, you can put it wherever you want on the screen. This is where it's going to show up when you save the image, and I'm just going to zoom out, move around a little bit, and right here, this is where I want it. This is perfect, right in the middle of the screen. So now you're going to go over here to this little camera and click render, and here you go. This is going to render your character. And that's all you gotta do. It's really easy to render it. And honestly, once you get the hang of it, it's gonna be easier for you too. And now make sure you have the transparent background. You can go back and change that if you need to. But now you're going to go down to image, and here we go. That's what I want. That's perfect. And I'm just going to go down to the image and save as image. And then you can just save it and make sure you name it. I don't want it to be untitled, so I gotta name it for my model. And then it will just save it for you. And you don't even have to click one of the files. I don't do that. And just save as image. And then here you go. This is what it should look like once it's saved. Let's quit. And thanks for watching this video. I hope you enjoyed. And I hope I helped you. And bye for now.